Hello everybody, Mark aka the Nerdy Punk back again today for a new video. It's been a little while since I made a video. I just got finished recording a track review for a new Green Day song, came out just a little bit ago. That kind of prompted me to start recording, and so I figured while I've got everything set up, I'll go ahead and record a vinyl update, something that I have not done in a very long time. I've been kind of, slowly buying records. My record purchases have definitely slowed down over the past, year or so, maybe just a few months. But I've still been buying records, and I just haven't found the motivation to film and do an update. So I'd say this is stuff that I've gotten in the past, 2 months or so, something like that. Maybe even dating back a little bit earlier. This is not everything that I've picked up in the past couple months, but this is just a selection of stuff that I wanted to show you guys. Got some cool colored vinyl, some exclusives, so I'm excited to get into this. Okay, this one actually came out quite a while ago, but I just haven't gotten around to showing you guys. So I picked up Billie Joe Armstrong's No Fun Mondays covers album from last year, and then before this came out, I actually picked up this, which is the I Think We're Alone Now single from Billie Joe Armstrong. So I'll show you both of these. They're both colored vinyl. With this album here, so real quick story, if you're not familiar with the album, when the whole COVID situation happened last March, Billie Joe Armstrong started to perform, he recorded some covers of really good 80s, power pop songs that, he loves. And he started sharing it with us, and he shared us one song every week on Monday, hence the No Fun Mondays title. So I listened to these songs immediately after they were released, and I really liked them. And I always thought, this would be an awesome album if he just compiled all of these into an album. And let alone, he did. By the end of the year 2020, this was released, the full album here. So it's got track listing on the back. You can go ahead and read the tracks if you're at all interested. I love the artwork there with just the Chucks. Beautiful. I love Chuck Taylor's. Best shoes on the planet. So some of the standout songs, some of these are famous songs and some of these are more underground, lesser known songs. So the cover of I Think We're Alone Now is fantastic. That was the first one that he released. The cover of Manic Monday by the Bangles. That Thing You Do, which was written by Adam Kinzinger. Is that his name? That's not the guy's name. Shoot, Adam Kinzinger is like that state rep. Schlesinger? Adam Schlesinger? The guy from Fountains of Wayne. The song Stacy's Mom. He unfortunately passed away due to COVID last year, and Billie Joe released that song as a tribute to him. That was a song that he wrote for a movie back in the day. Fantastic song. It's got, Beatles vibes, 60s rock vibes, some doo-wop vibes. I love that song. Amico, which is actually a song in Italian, all the lyrics are in Italian. So I have no idea what the song is saying. I know that the vague meaning behind it, but anyway, other songs here, That's Rock and Roll is a very catchy song. His cover of Give Me Some Truth is pretty good. And then one of my favorites, if not my favorite on the entire album, is the last song, which is A New England, a cover from Billy Bragg. So I really like this. It's of course also produced by Billie Joe Armstrong himself. And then I'll show you the insert and the record real quick. This is the exclusive one that was up on Green Day's web store. I'm not sure if it's still available or not. But you got kind of a cool image there, very similar to the cover art. And then another piece of artwork. And then this is kind of like a sky blue vinyl, a baby blue with the custom labels. So, excellent album. And then, like I said, I also bought the single. This single was released through Uncool Records, which is, I believe, a label that was started by Swimmers, which is a band that Billie Joe's son has played in. So, there's the cover art, the back, you got the Uncool Records logo there. And then the B-side is the cover of War Stories, which also appears on the album that I just showed you. And then this one is another limited edition. This is a yellow vinyl. There we go, that's better. Very cool. Okay. Alright, so that's Billie Joe. I'll get down to some Green Day stuff here later on in the pile. Next one that I wanted to show you is this one here. This is NoFX. I Heard They Suck Live. NoFX is another one of my favorite bands of all time. A killer punk rock band. This is their first live album. It came out in 1995, I think. Yep, 95. I actually prefer their second live album to this, but this was released as a part of the Fat Records 25th anniversary series that they had last year, where they re-released some albums that were 25 years old in 2020. And so this is a special colored vinyl, special edition. You can see the tracks there. Cool little picture of the all the members of NoFX. You've got a kind of a little letter written by Fat Mike about the album, and then a picture on that side. And this one is really interesting. It doesn't necessarily fit with the theme of the album, but it is a red, white, and blue vinyl, kind of like a red, clear, and blue vinyl with a splatter there. And it's got the Fat Records 25th year anniversary labels. Very cool. I love Fat Records and their colored vinyl. It's always very rare as well. I got 2 of those releases last year. I can't remember if I showed them. I think I showed the first one on video here on YouTube. I got the No Use for a Name Leche Con Carne reissue for the 25th anniversary. Okay, speaking of NoFX, the next one here is NoFX's single album. This is their most recent release, just came out earlier this year. I got the release day exclusive variant that you could only buy on the release day of the album. I missed the pre-order, unfortunately, because they announced the pre-order, I think, at like 9 a.m. or something, and I worked during the day, so I didn't see that pre-order link until after, I was done working. And then when I went to go pre-order, all the colored vinyl had already sold out. So I was lucky enough to snag this release day variant. My overall thoughts on the album, I didn't really do a review. There's the track list. I enjoyed this album quite a bit. There's a few standout tracks. Overall, it's not like their best material. It's not special, in my opinion, but it is a really solid release from NoFX. It's also very short. It's only 10 songs, which some of their songs are very short as well, so it's not as memorable. My favorite song on here is I Love You More Than I Hate Me, which is actually a single that they released again during the COVID quarantine. Fuck Euphemism is also a really good song. Fish in a Gun Barrel. I mean, the whole track list is pretty good. I really wasn't sure how I felt about Linoleum, which is where they took Linoleum, redid the lyrics, and brought in Avenged Sevenfold to play on that song. I didn't know how I really felt about that, but in the end, it's the most, NoFX thing to do, really. I mean, trolling themselves. It's funny. Okay. We have an insert with all of the lyrics on it. And then the release day variant is a green vinyl. So, nice custom labels. Very cool. Now, Fat Mike has discussed that he has written another album. He recently got sober, which is a great life move. But he, while he's been, sober and quarantined, and he's written apparently another album that they're going to release either this year or next year. Not sure exactly when. Next one up. Let's see. Let's do this one. Alright. Back to the Green Day realm. I picked up the 30th anniversary or the 25th anniversary re-release of Insomniac, which has got this really cool foil sleeve with the gorgeous artwork from Insomniac. I've wanted to have this on vinyl for so long. They finally released it, so I was super excited to pick this up. This came out, I think, several weeks back, but just never filmed a video for it. Again, apologize about that, but here I am now. So there's the back. Again, killer artwork. Great foily sleeve. Now this comes with the original album, and then it's two LPs, so it comes with the original album, and then there's also live versions from a show in Prague, where they have some live versions of most of the songs on this record. If you've seen my Green Day ranked video, you know that this ranks up pretty high on my list of my favorite Green Day albums. I love this record. This is a fantastic album. It's the most aggressive punk rock album that Green Day ever put out, and I love it. Love it so much that I have 2 copies of this. Now, I did not order 2 copies. Some of you, I know, also reported on getting 2 copies of this album. This was a really weird situation. I only ordered 1 of these, and they sent me 2 of them. In 2 separate boxes, by the way, both with my address on them. So I don't know what was going on there. I know other people have talked about having this happen as well. Very confused. I was very confused when I saw this. But they're the exact same record. Just for whatever reason, they sent me 2 copies. So, I'll hold on to 1 for now. The other one will be the copy that I listen to. Let me show you the records quick. They're a nice colored vinyl as well. So we have, it looks like you just have printed inner sleeves, no inserts. But there's the printed inner sleeve. Very cool picture of the guys there. I've always loved this photo shoot where Billy is wearing the Slugger jersey. Just such a cool mid-90s photo shoot. So this one actually has the etching on the other side. But let me show you the labels. So this is the special edition side with the live show. And then it has the etching, which is very hard to see. You can kind of see it on camera there. It's got a bunch of stuff from the cover art on the etching. One of the cooler etchings. I also have the 25th anniversary edition of Nimrod. Or maybe that one's just the 20th anniversary. Either way, I have the anniversary version of Nimrod. It also has an etching on it. Not nearly as cool as that etching. So, Insomniac, I finally have one of my favorite albums, not just from Green Day, but my favorite albums of all time on vinyl. So that's another really good thing there. And then going ahead and staying in the world of Green Day, I got the most recent re-release of Pinhead Gunpowder. So Pinhead Gunpowder is a band that Billie Joe Armstrong has been in almost just as long as he's been in Green Day. This is a really good project with Billie Joe Armstrong, and I believe Aaron Cometbus is the other guy who does the vocals on this band, as well as I think Jason White is a member of this band, who's known for being a touring member of Green Day. I love all the Pinhead Gunpowder stuff. And 1234 Go Records out of Oakland, California, which is a record label that Billy has worked with quite a bit. They are re-releasing the entire discography of Pinhead Gunpowder on vinyl. And so they have this thing called the Discography Club, and I went ahead and signed up for it when it was announced, and you get exclusive color variants on all the vinyl. So variants that they're not that are not available anywhere else, just with the Discography Club. So I got pumped for that because I don't have any Pinhead Gunpowder on vinyl. So the variant that I'll show you here is not available to my knowledge. You have to get in on the second drop, I believe, for the Discography Club if you're interested in this. It also comes with t-shirts. I'll go ahead and show you the t-shirts real quick first. I'm not quite so sure how I feel about these. These are kind of strange t-shirts. They're printed basically the entirety of the t-shirt. So like you got the cover art there, but it doesn't say like Pinhead Gunpowder anywhere except for the back. It tells you the release, the album that the t-shirt is representing. And then there's another t-shirt for the 7-inch that I'm going to show you. So here's this one. I mean, you know, cool. I just don't know if that's exactly my style of t-shirt. Alright, so this is the Jump Salty EP. Lots of really good songs on here. This is 12 songs, but it flies by because all the Pinhead Gunpowder songs are really short. Either, you know, a couple minutes or 3 minutes max. Some of my favorite songs on this is Big Yellow Taxi, which is very catchy. Losers of the Year, which actually samples Cheap Trick at the beginning of it. Very cool. Let's see what else on here. Those are the two that I recognize right off the bat. Minneapolis Song is really good as well. I'm assuming that has to do with Billie Joe's wife, who is from Minneapolis. And then, let's see what we got. This was kind of strange. So it came with a little booklet. It looks like it's a CD booklet with all the lyrics and stuff in it. So pretty cool, but kind of unique that they put like a CD booklet in the vinyl. And then here is the exclusive variant for the Pinhead Gunpowder Discography Club. It should be this side. Very, very cool, semi-translucent yellow with the black and red streaks. And then that also came with the 7-inch. This is Trundle and Spring EP from Pinhead Gunpowder. And you've got the actual sleeve here. I believe this has several songs that are on the Jump Salty EP as well. You know, Dull, Minneapolis Song, In Control. These are all also on the Jump Salty. Lyrics on the inside. And then you have the vinyl, which is also an exclusive color. And that is a nice black with white streaks. Love the label. Very cool. So yeah, this came out on 1234 Go Records. So if you're interested in that, definitely recommend hitting up their website. And then the final record to show you is something new, something kind of unique that I just discovered recently. And that is Pokey Lafarge. Kind of a unique name. But Pokey Lafarge is very different from any of the music that I've talked about. Most of the music that I've been talking about so far is punk rock. This is definitely not punk rock. This is very unique. Pokey Lafarge is a Renaissance man in every sense of the word. His music, I would describe it as like a mix of blues, country, folk, ragtime, jazz. I mean, you throw everything together and you have Pokey Lafarge. He sounds like somebody who would have made songs in like the 30s and the 40s, but has been brought to present day. I love his music. I've become obsessed with him. Kind of an interesting story about how I discovered Pokey Lafarge. So I live in Illinois. This guy was born actually in Bloomington, Illinois, and I have been to Bloomington many, many times. So it's kind of cool. He kind of feels like a hometown star here, even though I'm not from Bloomington. But there's very few like big stars that have come out of Central Illinois. So I feel like he's one of our own. So that's cool. But anyway, I was looking up some stuff about the town Cairo, Illinois, which Cairo, Illinois is in the very southern tip of Illinois. It's like the farthest south you can go in the state is Cairo. And Cairo is a unique town because in most of central and southern Illinois, it's overwhelmingly white. Like, I like to joke, it's whiter than a marshmallow field where I live. But Cairo, Illinois is one of the only towns that has a majority African American population. And of course, I teach social studies, so we were talking about in one of my history classes about a lynching that took place in Cairo, Illinois. And so I was researching that, and I happened to stumble across, I think it was like Wikipedia, and they have like the popular culture references, and Pokey LaFarge has written a song called Cairo, Illinois. And so I listened to that, I really dug it, and I started listening to this full album. And I'm like, wow, this is some really cool shit. I really, really enjoyed what I've heard from Pokey LaFarge, and I've gone back and listened to the rest of his albums, and I've really enjoyed them. So this is called Something in the Water, which was released in 2015, and we have the track listing on the back, which may be very hard for you to read. But anyway, I'll go ahead and point out some of my favorite songs. There's the title track, Something in the Water, which is an interesting song about like a crazy woman and being in love with a crazy woman. When Did You Leave Heaven, which is actually a cover of a song that has been passed down through generations. It's one of those kind of traditional blues songs. Pokey LaFarge gives his version of that. Cairo, Illinois, like I was talking about, is on this album. Actin' a Fool, pretty good. Very bluesy song. Yeah, lots of good songs. Far Away is fantastic. So I really, really dig this. A lot of his sound is very acoustic. It's not, not all that aggressive. There's lots of harmonicas, lots of acoustic guitar. I believe there's an upright bass in his band, so a very throwback sound with him. Let me show you. This is the printed inner sleeve, and there's all the lyrics on the back. And then there's also the record, which is on black vinyl, but I will show you the custom label there. Very cool custom label. This guy also, he was on Third Man Records for a while. He was one of the members, actually, of one of Jack White's backing bands. He at least performed on one song on the Lazaretto album, I believe, or maybe the Blunderbuss album, I'm not quite sure. But he was originally on Jack White's label as well. So, yet another reason to really enjoy his music. I need to get that album that was released on Third Man. Okay, I've been kind of rambling on for a while. I apologize about that. But these are a handful, a selection of albums that I've picked up in the past, few months, my vinyl collection. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like. Hit the subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for any future content. Summer vacation is coming up for me, so I'm hoping to get a few more videos out on a more regular basis when that happens. I hope you all have an incredible night, and I'll see you later.